And now let me give you the recent update of how our economy is doing. I'm very happy to report that Hong Kong is doing quite well after the financial crisis. We are among the first economies around the world to rebound from the recession, mainly because we have a very sound banking system. We have a very strong foreign reserves. Actually, we are the 9th largest holder of foreign reserves in the world. And the fact that we have almost no public debt, and of course because of the rapid growth in China. Our economy started picking up from the last quarter of 2009, and our GDP grew 7.1%, as you can see, from January to September 2010. Export of goods grew by over 20%, and export of services grew by over 16%. And we forecast that our GDP is going to grow about 6.5% for the whole year. And in the coming year, we hope to see further growth, maybe not as brisk as 6.5%, because 2009 was a bad year, so the base was low. But we are still very confident that as China and Asia continue to grow, our GDP should also be growing in the coming year, in 2011. Hong Kong, as you know, is an international financial center, and financial services continue to be our forte. According to the latest figures, our stock market is the world's 7th largest and Asia's 2nd largest. And we continue to be the world's largest IPO raising market, our stock exchange, in 2010. In 2009, we raised about 30-something billion US. Last year, we raised about 57 billion. And we are also one of Asia's key asset management center. Now, people have been asking me, okay, Hong Kong is a great international financial center, but Singapore is also one, and what about Shanghai, which is quickly catching up? And we acknowledge that all these cities, they are great and also very important financial centers on their own. But I would like to tell you about something exciting that has happened in our financial market and which has made our financial market unique and make our status as an international financial hub unique. And that is our new role as China's offshore renminbi trading center. Some of you may know that the Chinese currency, or renminbi, is not yet fully convertible, and there are still some restrictions on the flow of the currency both within and outside China. But to China and to many of its trading partners, there is a growing need to make wider use of the currency, both for trade settlement and for investment. And Hong Kong has been chosen by the Central People's Government of China to be its key offshore renminbi trading center, meaning that companies doing business with China, they can settle their trade transactions in renminbi in Hong Kong. They can deposit their money in Hong Kong banks. They can invest the renminbi in investment tools such as bonds in Hong Kong. And this is something very unique. You cannot do that in Shanghai, in Singapore, or any other cities. And Hong Kong has this unique advantage to offer. And I think this is exciting to Louisiana and all companies in Louisiana doing trade with China. And according to a latest survey by HSBC among 5,000 exporters and importers around the world, they found that although US dollar will remain the dominant trade settlement currency globally, more and more companies are saying that we want to try using renminbi as a trade settlement currency. According to the survey, 56% of the importers and exporters in Hong Kong said they will be doing that. Over 24% of the mainland companies doing trade with their trading partners around the world said they would like to do that. And about 10% of the exporters and importers in the United States and Europe said they will be doing that. So what I'm saying is that you will find that increasingly you will be trading in this currency when you trade with your Chinese counterparts. And then if you want to do that, Hong Kong is really the best place for you to come, because you can do so much with the money that you get from your Chinese counterparts while you're settling this. One advantage is that you can avoid the foreign exchange risks. And then, as I said, there are so many investment tools for you to invest in. Since we have been designated as the key offshore renminbi trading settlement center by the Central People's Government, a lot of foreign companies They are very smart. They have already found business opportunities from here. And you may wish to know that McDonald's, a US company, was the first foreign company that issued bonds in renminbi in Hong Kong, and followed shortly by another US company, Caterpillar. And recently, we have found the Asia Development Bank as well as the World Bank issuing their bonds in Hong Kong in the currency renminbi. We are confident that more companies and institutions from around the world, including US companies, will come to Hong Kong to raise their funds in renminbi, as well as to do their trades and transactions and invest their capital in renminbi. And so I hope that you will keep abreast of this new development in Hong Kong, and I hope that our office will also be able to send more information about this exciting developments to the World Trade Center and through the World Trade Center to you all, because this is not something static. The Chinese government and the Hong Kong government have already agreed that there will be more developments in Hong Kong's role as China's key offshore renminbi trading center. And our stock exchange has already announced a plan to have stocks listed in our stock exchange to be traded in renminbi. This is a new development that may happen anytime in the coming year. The opportunities in Hong Kong are not confined to financial services alone, and now I would like to interest you in other areas where we think that you'll be interested in and where you will find new opportunities. Well, Hong Kong is so unique. Hong Kong is part of China, but it runs a different system. So between Hong Kong and China, we have signed something like a free trade agreement called the Closer Economic Partnership Arrangement. This is important because under this arrangement, companies in Hong Kong, and that is not confined to just Hong Kong local companies, but all foreign companies registered in Hong Kong, they will be able to benefit from this FTA, this Closer Economic Partnership Arrangement. Under the arrangement, all products of Hong Kong fulfilling mutually agreed rules of origin can enjoy zero tariff treatment upon importation to mainland. So far, over 1,500 items of goods are already covered. That means if you export your goods from Hong Kong to China, if you're covered under this 1,500 categories, no tariff will be charged on your exports to China. And this is not limited to exports. The Closer Economic Partnership Arrangement, or CEPA as we call it, also liberalized 44 services sectors, enabling suppliers and professional companies to have quicker access to China, to set up their offices in China more quickly than if they are operating outside Hong Kong. And there are so many sectors covered, as I said, 44, and that range from accounting, banking, convention, logistics, and legal firms. And we'll be able to supply you with more information if you are interested. As I said, this is good for foreign companies because as long as you are in Hong Kong, you will be able to enjoy this. And some foreign companies, they will partner with a Hong Kong company to get quicker access or buy a Hong Kong company so that they can have quicker access to the mainland China. And another thing that we think will excite you is that we are continuing to build more railroads and bridges that will enhance our transport links with mainland China. We are already very close to China, but we know that people want quicker and faster transport systems that will bring people and goods so much quicker to mainland China. One of the major projects is an 18-mile-long Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge, and this is expected to open by 2015 or 2016. The bridge will trim travel time from Zhuhai, which is at the southern part of China, to the Hong Kong International Airport from 4 hours at present to 30 minutes. And this bridge will open up the Western Pearl River Delta consumer market. We're talking about 50 million consumers coming from the western part of Pearl River Delta so much quicker to Hong Kong. Another large-scale project is the Guangzhou-Hong Kong Express Rail Link. This high-speed rail link will cut travel time between Hong Kong and Guangzhou from 100 minutes now to 48 minutes, and will put Hong Kong on China's railway map so that people can travel by rail from Hong Kong not only to Guangzhou but to Beijing much quicker in the future. And this means not only faster, easier access to the Chinese market from Hong Kong, but more importantly, bringing more Chinese businesses and consumers to Hong Kong, creating greater demand for goods and services they wish to get in Hong Kong. Just now, I said that Hong Kong is a city of 7 million people, but I would like to let you know that last year we attracted 36 million tourists from around the world. This is several times our own population, and among these 36 million, about half of them came from mainland China. And I think a lot of you already know that China's affluent class is growing day by day, and you will see Chinese tourists with deep pockets buying very expensive goods all around the world, and they do the same in Hong Kong. When they are in Hong Kong, they are taking full advantage of our no sales tax and no duty policies, and they dine, wine, and buy. Well, just last October, when China celebrated its week-long National Day festival, about 660,000 people came to Hong Kong just in 1 week. And that was a growth of 21% compared to the year 2009. And our retailers told us that just for that month alone, the retail and sales have grown by 30% more than compared to 2009. So that's the kind of phenomenal growth of consuming power of the mainland Chinese tourists in Hong Kong and demand for goods. According to Credit Suisse, the Chinese household wealth may more than double to US 35 trillion by the year 2015, overtaking Japan to be the second highest in the world. With our transport networks with China growing closer and bigger, we are confident that US businesses based in Hong Kong or selling to Hong Kong will continue to thrive. I've just talked about dining and wining, and Hong Kong people are famous for their love of good food, and especially for seafood. I think this opens up new opportunities for Louisiana because you are famous for your seafood, your export of fishery products. And actually, last year we imported a great deal from the United States. The United States ranked as Hong Kong's 4th largest seafood supplier. The United States exported US close to 140 million worth of seafood in 2009. And Louisiana, I think you must have exported some to Hong Kong as well. And I will encourage you to look at this area. I'm sure you'll find a lot of business opportunities growing from this. And I know that your agricultural products are world famous. Your rice is very good. And you know Hong Kong people love rice. And since the Louisiana rice is so good, I will again encourage you to look at new opportunities of exporting your wonderful products to Hong Kong, to China via Hong Kong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you would have noted that I have mentioned China a few times today as I talked about the advantage of doing business from Hong Kong. And this is because I know that China is already your top export destination. And China is also the fastest growing economy in the world and also the second largest economy in the world. And this will offer tremendous business opportunities as its company and its people grow in affluence. And I know that traditionally, Louisiana will look to Latin America as your very close trading partner, and for very good reasons. China seems to be a bit remote. The East seems to be a bit remote. But China and Asia, they are in the growth region. They are where the growth opportunities are. And I think that it is a good time for you to also look at that part of the world. Indeed, an HSBC survey among US companies conducted just last year found that not just large corporations are interested now in China, but a lot of medium-sized companies, they are saying that they look to China as the next biggest market that will drive their businesses. And this is a view shared by many companies around the world, not just in the United States. And if you share the same view, my advice is use Hong Kong as your springboard, because there is no city closer to China and yet so open, free, safe, and business friendly. Thank you very much.